You've probably been through this. That one woman who's always around, looks at you differently, even teases you sometimes. But when it's time to show real interest, she pulls back. It feels like she likes you, but won't admit it, like she's playing a game you didn't even know you were part of. And that's where most men mess up. Either they ignore the signs and miss their shot, or they jump the gun and end up pushing her away. The truth is, many women are genuinely interested, but they've learned early on to hide the game. Whether it's fear of rejection, pride, insecurity, or plain strategy, they send out signals in disguise. The problem? Most men don't know how to read them. The good news? Once you learn the codes, you'll never see a message, a gesture, or a conversation the same way again. You'll stop being passive and start taking the lead. In this video, you'll discover what no one ever taught you about female behavior. This isn't about pickup lines, it's about emotional language, social strategy, and knowing when to invest, and how to do it smartly without looking needy or wasting valuable chances. If you're tired of feeling lost or unsure around women, listen up. This might be the shift you've been waiting for. First sign: heightened attention and personal curiosity. A lot of guys miss this completely. One of the biggest signs a woman's into you isn't in what she says, it's in what she chooses to notice. When she remembers your dog's name, the place you said you've always dreamed of visiting, or that one random story from your childhood you only mentioned once. Trust me, that's no coincidence. That kind of attention isn't given to just anyone. And the more she's into you, the deeper it gets. It's like she starts collecting little pieces of who you are. This curiosity doesn't feel like a formal interview. It's subtle, almost invisible, but consistent. She asks how your workout went even if you didn't bring it up. She checks in about that work issue or your side project from last week. A man who's paying attention knows how to spot the difference between polite small talk and emotional investment. Here's a little tip. Say something on purpose that's not too important, like, "I've been trying to go to bed earlier this week because of training." If a few days later she brings that up, you've got a sign. That kind of attention isn't just cute, it's calculated. It's her mind trying to get closer without making it obvious. And here's the thing. When that kind of connection starts building, other signals start showing, and the body starts saying what words don't. Second sign: body language that gives it away. Revealing body language cues. Sometimes, the body speaks before the person even realizes it. And when a woman's interested, her body's screaming, even in silence. Pay attention to how she looks at you. If eye contact lingers just a second or two past what's considered polite, something's up. If she leans in, turns her body toward you, or stays close even when there's space, that's a whole conversation happening without words. Mirroring is another big one. You cross your arms, she does the same. You take a sip, she follows right after. It's not random, it's an unconscious sign of connection. And don't underestimate the power of a casual touch, brushing your arm, touching your shoulder while laughing, or fixing her hair while looking at you. These nonverbal cues show a level of emotional involvement that runs deeper than surface-level interest. Want a practical test? Watch her in social settings. If you're standing in a group and she chooses to stay near you, even when there are other options, that's a sign. If she keeps the visual and physical connection with you despite others being around, something's building. And that leads to a more playful phase, teasing that seems like harmless fun but carries deeper intent. Third sign: playful teasing and flirty jabs. This is where the game gets fun. When a woman starts playfully teasing you, throwing in double-meaning comments or light jabs, she's testing the waters. These little provocations are like bait, and your reaction is what she's really watching. If you keep it cool, respond with humor, and don't take offense easily, you gain her trust, and the flirting starts to evolve. But if you get defensive or take things too seriously, the energy drops. This kind of communication is a disguised invitation. She's basically saying, let's see if you can keep up, if you're playful or uptight. A classic example. She makes fun of your messy hair or your shoe choice, but there's a grin in there, a sparkle in her eye. That kind of tension, the good kind, is the spice of attraction. Not too obvious, not too distant. Want to feed that energy? Play along. Throw back a smart comment. Keep it light. A line like, "You're paying a little too much attention. Someone's catching feelings, huh?" can totally shift the vibe. She laughs. You take the lead. This light-hearted mood, when used well, opens the door for a deeper emotional pull, the kind that makes her look for excuses to get closer. Fourth sign, taking initiative in conversations and plans. When she starts making moves, even in subtle ways, something's definitely going on. This doesn't happen with just any guide. Sending a message, just a comment on something you posted, suggesting a place to go, or asking if you'll be at a certain event. All of this is her way of staying close without looking obvious. And here's the twist, a lot of guys miss it. They think it's just her being polite. But there's a fine line between being friendly and showing genuine interest. The difference. Consistency and intention. If she often texts first, brings up new topics, or even teases you just to get a reaction, that's not random. A woman who's interested moves. She creates opportunities, drops hints, sparks conversation. It's her way of saying, "I'm here," without spelling out, "I like you." And this is where a sharp guy needs to play smart. Match her energy. If she suggests something, make it happen. If she starts a convo, take it deeper. Turn those small openings into strong connections. Want to test her interest? Casually say you'll be at a certain spot, then see if she shows up or brings it up later. If she's truly into you, she'll find a way to be part of your world, even if it's just asking how it went afterward. And if that momentum keeps building, trust me, shyness starts losing to desire. Fifth sign, nervousness or shyness as a cover. Not all interest shows up as confidence. Sometimes, it shows up as silence, blushing, or stumbling over words. Some women freeze up around a man who truly affects them. She might not know where to place her hands, laugh for no reason, or avoid eye contact when she feels exposed. And the twist. Most guys think that's disinterest, when it's often the exact opposite. It's her mind trying to control a body that's already given it away. This is especially common in women who are usually confident, independent, even tough. But when someone hits a nerve, in a good way, the armor cracks. She becomes someone else. She stumbles, gets more sensitive to touch, maybe even talks too much to cover the tension. It's all an attempt to make a great impression. She wants to get it right, so much that her body betrays her emotions. If you spot this, don't call her out or push. Be natural. Ask light questions, keep your tone calm, and make the space feel safe. And if her signals seem mixed, excited one moment, quiet the next, don't write her off. Nervousness is just a sign that something bigger is going on inside. And when that kind of reaction shows up, it means the game is shifting, and your response might define what happens next. Sixth sign, context and personality matter. This is where most people drop the ball and end up frustrated. Not every woman will show interest the same way. Some are naturally expressive, big smiles, lots of eye contact and touch. Others are more reserved, observant, and need more time to reveal anything. The key. Understand the context. What's normal behavior for one might be a huge sign for another. And if you can't read that with sensitivity, you might miss a real opportunity. That's why self-awareness and emotional intelligence are your best tools in the game of attraction. A tuned-in man knows that it's not about memorizing signals, it's about interpreting intent. Sometimes, the lack of eye contact isn't disinterest, it's defense. Other times, too much friendliness is just her personality, not flirtation. There's only one way to know for sure. Create a space where real communication can unfold. Here's a golden rule. Make room for clarity. Be direct when needed, but always respectful. Ask questions that go beneath the surface. Really listen. Be willing to adjust. Signals are clues, not guarantees. They help, but they'll never replace honest dialogue. At the end of the day, understanding a woman is less about tactics and more about connection. And once you get that, she'll start seeing you differently, too. Now that you know how to read the signs most men miss, tell me, How many chances have you already let slip just because you didn't know how to interpret what was right in front of you? How many times did a woman drop hints, and you thought she was just being polite? It's time to flip the script. But knowing isn't enough, you've got to use it. Are you gonna wait for everything to be spelled out, or learn to move smartly through the subtle signals? Pay close attention over the next few days. Watch the gestures, the words, the looks. Try responding differently. Maybe that coworker who's always joking around is saying more than it seems. Or that quiet girl from work who never makes a move is just waiting for you to take the first step. This shift in awareness can open doors you didn't even know were there. And if this video helped you see things more clearly, do this. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share this with that friend who's always lost trying to figure women out. Here, you'll keep learning everything no one ever taught you about behavior, masculinity, and real relationships. And hey, I dropped a video about 5 uncommon traits that make you way more attractive. Click right here. I'll be waiting for you there.